Simon Goldsmith for ABT Fishing Tournaments, and I have with me Rob Searing from Searing Tackle. Rob, we're going to chat about some of your new baits, and the first ones we're going to start with are some of the Pontoon 21 products. Tell us about these little hard baits that I have in front of me.
Okay, this year we brought out a whole new selection of hard body lures. First one I like to talk about is the Cablista series. Now the Cablista comes in a larger model, 125 mils, weighs 19.9 grams, and it's a jerkbait, but it goes down to a depth of 2 meters. It has inside of it what's called a free moving tungsten weight system. So basically there's a bearing in here, you can hear that moving. Obviously it's going to give you long casts, and that bearing goes to the back and you cast it forward. But the key in here is when you jerk it, you don't know where that ball's going to go. It might come to the front and it'll start to slowly move head down. It might go to the tail. It might stay on the side. And what this does is it gives you a really, really erratic action. It's extremely erratic. It attracts, obviously, erratic actions attract a whole range of species.
And that's very much the key with lures and triggering that response. That consistent cadence isn't always what you want. It's that erratic nature.
Exactly. It looks like a wounded bait fish. It triggers that predatory instinct, and it gets, sometimes finicky fish can just turn them into really aggressive fish, which is what you want in a tournament situation.
So how many sizes for the Cablista?
The Cablista comes in 3 sizes. You've got the 125 mil, which is here. You've got the 90 mil, which is in your hand. And you also got the 75 mil, which has been proving very effective on the bass scene.
Now, Mitch Cohn used it last year in the Megabucks to cash in quite heavily.
I believe it was the chartreuse style one that he was using. Very effective on the bass. The 75 mil, it goes down to about 1.1, maybe 1.5 meters if you're using light line. It suspends beautifully. Bass love it, big bream love it.
Now we're getting into the cooler months of the year, and it's definitely jerkbait time. If you want to go jerkbaiting for bass, that's the one that I'd be grabbing out of your box. Now we have another jerkbait here, the Preference Minnow and Preference Shad. Tell us about these ones.
Now the Preference series of lures is a collaboration done with Pontoon 21 and Jure Lures of Japan. And these lures are all made in Japan by Jure for Pontoon 21. The Preference Shad, it's 55 mils, it's a floating model, weighs 3.9 grams, and dives about 1.3, 1.5 meters. Although I suspect with your lighter leaders, you'll get a lot deeper depth. It's got a lot of rattles in it. As you can hear, you just give that a shake.
It's incredibly loud.
Incredibly loud. It'll draw fish from a large area away. They'll hear that coming. We've also got the 75 mil jerkbait, which is the larger one. Now this guy, nice slender minnow profile, perfect for mimicking freshwater gar, that kind of thing.
And a suspender.
And it's a suspender. Very good lure. Also very loud rattles, slightly different sounding to the Preference Shad, but again just as effective.
So we got some suspending and floating models here. Now we get into some sinking baits. A little spoon. Spoons are proving popular at the moment.
Yeah, this year they've taken off, and we're also going to release our range in the next couple of weeks. That one is called the Paco spoon, and that is 48 mils long and it weighs 10.4 grams. It's going to come in about 4 or 5 colors. They've just been finalized at the moment, and we're looking forward to getting them in.
All right, and we have some 5s here too. The first thing that grabs me about them is their color schemes. They're incredibly realistic and quite vibrant.
Yes, the Pontoon Better Vibes, they're also a new addition to our lineup. They come in 2 sizes. There's a 48 mil, which weighs 10 grams, and there's a 61 mil, which weighs just over 14 grams. Gives a nice tight little wiggle. Obviously being a vibe, castability is excellent, and as you said, the color schemes are different to what is on there in the market.
They jump out at you, and that's definitely a bite-size offering, isn't it?
Definitely, not just for bass but for brim as well.
Now we've known for a long time that Pontoon 21 do great hard baits. You're also dabbling into some soft baits from them. Yeah,
we have just released this year a range of soft plastics. We've got 2 paddle tails. The first one is called the Awaruna, and you're holding the 3-inch model there, and we also have a 4.5-inch model. As you can tell, it's got a nice large paddle tail on there, very soft body. You see the way it hangs there, you know you're going to get so much action out of this. It's got a rib body, it'll hold scent, put out a bit of vibration as well, and when the fish bites it, just that bit more realistic feeling when they latch on.
All right, now you do far more than just Pontoon 21. You've got some other baits over here on the left. Tell me what you've got there. I see, let's start with the swim baits. We all love a swim bait. What's that guy?
This is the Fish Sharrow Finsgill 150 mil. Now this is a large character. He weighs 78 grams, extremely realistic. Nice big huddle tail on the back there, lifelike fins. As you'll see, we've done underwater footage of this. It falls horizontally, it swims with such a realistic action just coming through there. We've got cod anglers, barra anglers have been using them with good success. This is really, if you feel that, it's got 3D texture printing on it. It feels realistic as well.
I could quite easily put that in my son's fish tank at home and you would think it's a real fish.
It is, it's really next level stuff.
Barra tour, here we come for that guy. What else do we have? I see, talking about bite-size offerings, you've got some more there.
Okay, another lure that we released this year from Fish Arrow Japan is called the Huddle Middle Hard saltwater series. And we have a 65mm model. It's a jointed hard body lure, just a little tail there, a little huddle. And we've got an 18mm larger version. Very popular amongst giant herring fishermen. It's very small, very finesse bait. It falls horizontally and just a slow retrieve just gets that tail going. You can also do a stop and twitch retrieve, and then sort of like an underwater walk the dog kind of action. Nice pause, very good for clear water. Big bass and hens, also big fans of them.
I could just imagine using this and seeing a fish swim up on it, stop, look at it, and just inhale it.
Bite-sized little morsels that fish can't say no to.
Who doesn't love a swim bait?
Yeah, exactly.
What else do we have there, mate?
Last hard body offering that we have from Fish Arrow. Now this is the 3-shot minnow, which has been in a year in development. It comes in 2 sizes. We've got a 65mm and an 80mm size again. They're suspending. They come with a drum weight system, which is basically just your magnetic casting system. So you get longer casts. Again, very erratic under the water. You can tell by that very narrow bib as well.
Yeah.
It'll put out quite a bit of action. The color schemes that the pontoons come in is very realistic again.
Well, that one's gold. It's
exactly
it's nugget-like, isn't it?
It's transparent. It's got shine on the top, transparent on the bottom. As you can see here, she's straight through. It's got water-suggy, gold on the top. Again, this is brim. It's bass. The larger sizes you could throw for barra, you could throw for jacks.
One thing I do notice on the left there is, what do we got? A chatterbait style lure.
Yeah, that's called a
jigs and
jig.
chatterbaits are very popular at the moment. They are on the ABT trail.
This is coming out from Damiki in the next couple of months. They'll be released. It's called the tremble jig, and it'll be out in a 3/8 ounce size. As with your chatterbait style, your bladed jigs, got the blade in the front, long realistic head. It's got a fairly short hook. Good for our bass, not so large like the largemouth bass lures.
And that can be a problem with some of the jigs and chatterbaits that we bring in. They have enormous hooks made for largemouth.
Correct, they got very big hooks. So this has got a smaller hook. It's got a great keeper as well on there. That'll hold your soft plastic, your trailers. You can put on the back there. You can, the shaft's also long enough you can put a rattle on.
Fantastic.
Those rattles stick on there.
You never have too many baits for bass fishing or any fishing for that matter.
Not at all.
What's that one?
Now, jigs have been taking off for bass.
They are.
Been very popular. And Damiki have a very big range of jigs, and we have actually found one in their range that is perfect for Australian bass. Now this is called the touch jig. It's a football jig, so you put it down, it'll actually stand upright.
Nice.
Hits the bottom, hook's already facing up, got the weed guard on there. Now what I'd recommend is probably just trim it down.
Yeah.
Just so it's easier to set the hook,
correct,
as it were, but still protects the weeds. And if you look at the size of that hook, it's just a 2-0 hook. It's not too
small
big.
Hook once
it's
again.
a small hook once again, well suited to our native species, and not designed for the largemouth bass.
Touch jig, get your hand on a few of those when they come out. Anything else we haven't touched on?
Yeah, we've got coming out at the end of June is the new flash jig grubs in the 3-inch. Now this is the 4-inch size, which has been one of our best sellers. Guys have been slaying bream, they've been slaying bass on them, and it's a 4.5-inch grub, but it looks so realistic with that flash foil, that tail. Fish haven't seen this before, and they're smashing it. Well, now we've got the smaller version. It's a 3-inch, but if you have a look at that, that is half the profile of the bigger one.
Not only shorter, it's also thinner.
It's shorter, it's thinner, it's much more what our anglers are accustomed to throwing in terms of small plastics for brim and that, and these are going to go off like wildfire.
The Fish Arrow Flash J Grub, get hold of some of those. Rob, if folks would like to know any more, where do they go? You've got a website.
We've got a website, www.searingtackle.com.au, and you can shoot us an email on sales@searingtackle.com.au. If you're looking for products, you're looking for a stockist, check our website, or just send us an email.
There you go. You've heard it from the man. Check out their products.